When we find him, he's locked himself away in the compound. He's like a caged animal waiting to make his move, to seek revenge on those who contributed to the sending away of his daughter. He's been doing a lot of painting, which, as we learned from him before, is a metaphor for control. So he's trying to sort of control his situation and control his emotions, and he's failing to control his emotions. And so we're going to see quite quickly into season 2 how Klaus seeks violent, bloody, merciless revenge. And that, in fact, is what has excited me most about season 2.
Violent, bloody revenge. I love it. Charles, where does Marcel fall in all of that? We saw him sort of kiss the ring at the end of last season. He seems to be back on Team Klaus. Is that sort of the least...
I wouldn't go with that.
Is that like the least easy alliance in the history of television?
The least easy? I think so. I like working with this guy, so I hope the characters can get back to a point where they're working together as a team. But it was a humbling experience.
Where is Marcel's head at? Does he feel like he's going to use Klaus until he no longer needs Klaus, and then he's maybe going to take his quarterback?
Yeah, he's a vampire, so he's got all eternity. I think he's going to use his time to work on his patience. Like that.
And your karaoke.
And my karaoke skills. There's many hobbies and things that Marcel really wants to get into, and now he finally has the free time. So in a way, I guess it's a blessing.
Did you a favor, see?
Yeah, he's always looking out for me, this guy.
I love that. Now, Phoebe, obviously one of the big changes between last season and this season, no more baby bump. Did you have sort of a bon voyage for the prosthetic tummy?
A little bit. I was kind of wanting to burn that baby bump by the end. It got very big and very uncomfortable. I think I had that bump on for like a full term. I could have actually been pregnant at that. It was on for 9 months, that baby bump. But it was kind of sad. Now it kind of became like part of the way that I walked and how I kind of acted, and it was kind of sad now that I don't have it. I've got nowhere to hide my phone or my glasses.
How many things could you fit in the bump at a given time?
I could fit a book, my glasses, my phone, and sometimes like a hot water bottle.
It's amazing.
Big bump.
I mean, obviously that's not the only difference. She's now a hybrid, which is crazy and exciting. What are you stoked for the fans to see with this sort of newer, more vicious Haley?
I mean, I think what's really cool is that, there's really no handbook for, vampire werewolves, and especially for hybrids. And Haley really looks to Klaus for guidance, and that's what we're going to find in the second season, that relationship and that dynamic between the two of them. It's not really romantic. She kind of looks at Klaus as a bit of a mentor, and there's some really lovely scenes where Klaus is literally like guiding her step by step with like vamp hearing and vamp smell and things that Haley just didn't know anything about. And it's kind of fun to kind of look at it like that, you kind of have to start from like, can't speak English. Start from the beginning, work it all out, and then kind of working it out together a little bit. It's nice.
I was going to say, Julie, I feel like from the moment maybe you introduced her on Vampire Diaries, I feel like Haley's gone on the biggest journey maybe at this point. What are you sort of excited to be able to write for that character now that maybe you couldn't before?
One of the best things about Haley, and sort of curses her the most, is that when we met her in the Vampire Diaries, in spite of all her machinations and what she was doing, and her deep-rooted agenda that she just wanted answers about her family and where she came from, and she got those answers. It brought her to New Orleans. It got her into this little mess with Klaus that turned into kind of this beautiful blessing. And at the end of it all, after rallying the werewolves around her, drawing her family together, being part of this extended Michelson family, and giving birth to her own child, she had to lose all of it. So what do? You're a mother without your child. You were a Michelson who can't really accept where you fit in that family, and you were a prideful werewolf who now is hybrid, which is the one thing that they probably despise more than vampires. So she doesn't have a place, and watching her try to find her own sense of strength and her own place in this universe is going to be a beautiful, powerful journey for her. thing.
I'm just